What's up, people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Vina Kerekebuna. If you are new passing by, please don't pass by, please subscribe. But if you're a returning subscriber, hey, what's up? How you doing? How you feeling today? Anyways, it's a good day, so it's a good day to make a video. And I figured we'll talk about this since we're in the women's month, International Women's Day. Fun fact, guys, I graduated on International Women's Day 3 years ago. So yeah, in when did I graduate again? 2018. I graduated on the 8th of March 2018. That was when I wore my robe and walked across the stage and got me my degree. Yes, that was the day, on the 8th of March 2018. And I feel like that wasn't a coincidence, because I'm such a woman activist, women rights activist. I'm all about the girl child. I'm a feminist. People that know me know, like, I don't even need to open my mouth and tell you that I'm a feminist. If you sit and have a conversation with me for say 10 minutes, you know that I'm a feminist, because I'm not one that I don't allow people to just walk over me, especially if you're male and I feel your male ego creeping in. If your male ego is getting the better part of you, I will put you in your place. And that's I'm not bitter. I'm very sociable. I'm very nice to everybody around me. Very nice. I treat people equally. I don't even see gender when I see people. I just treat people equally because they are humans. But if you feel like you're seeing my gender and you feel like my gender is inferior and you want to start behaving like you were not brought up well on it, I will put you in your place. It is what it is. Anyways, let's get into the main reason of this video. So yeah, the topic of this video is, he told me to shut up and sit down. A subordinate. Yeah, my subordinate told me to shut up and sit down because I'm female. So that is my struggle of being female, being young, and working in the civil service in Nigeria. It's one of my struggles. Like, people do not respect you. Okay, now, first of all, from way back when I started working initially, people come into my office and ask, "Are you a copper?" And I say no. They say, "Oh, now you're an IT student." I'm like, "No, I'm actually a staff here, like a bona fide staff. I have an ID. I work here." And I don't want to tell them my rank, because if I tell them my grade level, they probably will say, they'll be so shocked, because I'm like a higher officer or something like that in the civil service. So I bet they'll be shocked, but I didn't use it. There was no point telling them I'm on grade level. What? Do you get? I just used to say I'm a staff here. So yeah, I'm a civil servant, and they will be so shocked. They didn't understand how a young girl in her mid-20s could get a job in the civil service. She's a girl. She's young. Usually, you've been to government offices, you've seen the old woman by the desk wearing her glasses like this and probably breaking groundnuts by the side, or eating farina, or just being nonchalant like she's tired of life. That's the norm with civil service. Most people are old and just don't care about the job. So when you see someone that's vibrant, someone that's promising, someone that should be working in the bank, you know how everybody expects you to work in the bank when you just graduate from school. So when they see someone like that, with that kind of persona, working behind the desk in the civil service, is always so shocking. So I used to get that a lot. Are you a copper? Are you an IT student? You're a worker here? Are you sure? It used to be annoying. I know I told my mom about that a few times, and people just came and made me feel small, because I'm smallish. For those of you that don't know me, I'm petite. So I'm 5'2", and I weigh like 50 kg. So I'm on the small side. Yeah, so if you see me, you naturally would not think that I'm an office. Plus, I don't really have someone that has sense. I don't used to have sense most of the time, but like in my office, I try to be professional and attend to people well. So all of that, with all of these questions and everything, every time someone even came to my office and said, he just walked and said, "Hi, clerk." No, he had come to my office like a day before, and I attended to him. And then he came the next day and somehow assumed that I was a clerk. And this is not to talk down on all the clerks, but I'm not a clerk, sir. I don't know why you would assume that I'm a clerk. So I told him upright. When he came and said, "Hello, clerk," I said, "I'm not a clerk, sir." So he said, "Secretary." I said, "I'm not a secretary." So then I told him my position. He was like, "Oh, that's right. Even me too. I'm that." I'm like, "Okay, so we are all in this together." So he kind of understood that we're probably on the same level. He's a man. Oh, yeah, I know that guy that wanted to try to bring me down. I don't know. So when I told him that, okay, this is my position, he was like, "Oh, oh, okay, I'm in that kind of position too, and like we are in this together now. He was not trying to like form familiarity, like just to make sure that he breaks the ice and we are cool. Like that's me too. Next, I knock into someone's office and assume that she's a clerk. Oh, well, she's a secretary. Not every female behind the desk is a secretary. Some of us are not secretaries. I don't want to say anything. Some of us are not secretaries. Oh, okay. So this story about this guy that walked into my office and told me to shut up and sit down. So yeah, there goes nothing. We're in the office the other day, and my colleague teases me a lot, even though I don't find it funny. Some of them can be like quite sexual, and I've told him to stop, but he's not stopping. I've told him I'll report him to the boss. He laughs about it. He doesn't even think it's an issue. Like, I don't understand that. It's not funny, but he tries to make it funny and every day. Anyway, so my colleague was teasing me on that day, and this man has been with my colleague before I even got to the office. They were working on some document, so he was just telling my colleague everywhere. So he followed my colleague upstairs, and my colleague was now teasing me. So he stood up and said, "Man, I need a person play for this office." So he was pointing fingers at me and my colleague, like, "Man, I need a person play for this office." So me not knowing what was like. I don't understand why you're warning me in my head. So I was like, what's going on? It was like, it's none of your business. That's what the man answered me. It's none of your business. So I'm like, sir, I don't understand the tone. Like, what is none of my business? I'm trying to, you see, obviously seem angry. I'm trying to address the situation here. So I'm asking what's the problem. You're telling me it's none of my business. He said, I'm not talking to you. Shut up and sit down. Wow. Shut up and sit down. I was like, no, sir, I'm not going to take that from you. I don't know what you think civil service is if it's about age, but I'm pretty sure you're not more than me in rank. You do not come to my office and tell me to shut up and sit down. I will not take that from you. I do not accept disrespect from anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't even care who you are. Like this is how I was talking. I don't care who you are and how many years you've worked in civil service. You do not come to my office and tell me to shut up and sit down. Do you get me? He was not like, it's like I don't have manners. I don't know how to talk. I say, between me and you right now, you look like the one that doesn't have manners, because you're the one in my office right now telling me to shut up. So you're the one in my office right now insulting me, guy. Like, I would not take it from you. I don't know how you go about treating other people in their offices, but this is me, and you will change that notion with me. You will change that your perspective with me. I do not take it. You might see me as a small girl and you feel like you have been in the civil service for longer, but uncle, you do not come to my office and disrespect me. I would not have it. I would not take it from you. Do you understand me? So he sat down, like I put that man in his place. He was so quiet. He could not even move. He sat and see, it took everything in me not to walk that man out of my office. Because he had a document that he was working with my colleague. It took everything in me not to tell him to stand up and get out. That was when in my head, I was like, okay, Bina is older than you. Don't do this. Because I bet you I could have told him to walk out of my office. And if he didn't leave, I would have called security on him. I could have done that. I was that angry. But it took every fiber in me to just keep calm and tell him not to get out. So after telling him all of that and just warning him sternly not to ever disrespect me again in his life, never, he sat down cool. He sat down. It was so quiet. It's like I'd removed every word from his mouth. It's like he forgot how to speak English. Or in fact, at that point, I'm not sure that man knew how to talk. It was numb. He couldn't move. So I felt fulfilled because I had put him in his place. I could see that he was ashamed. So when he left, I told my colleague, I said, I don't know the people are playing this office, but I would never allow anyone to come here and disrespect me. So I don't know what's up with you and that guy, but tell him that he cannot disrespect me again, and tell all of your friends, whoever they are, that they cannot disrespect me, that I would not take it. I would not have it. So that's that day passed, because I was a little bit too angry. I was still talking about it with my colleague. I was just ranting, and I was like, Bina, it's okay now. Bina, sorry now. It's okay. Be like, Bina, you don't do now. Leave. You don't do. Sorry. And then my HOD came in a few minutes later, and I just jokingly told they were coming to look for that demand file and everything, so they were laughing and like, this man don't know anything they do. I consider which person fight they find. So that man will come to office, come tell me to shut up and sit down. My HOD was like, he came here and told you to shut up and sit down. How dare he? How dare he? Don't worry, we'll not attend to his file again. How would he? Does he know you're a superior? I said, I don't know if you know that. So it is civil service number age, man. That's what my HOD was saying. It is civil service number age, and this man will come here and tell you to shut up and sit down. Ah, no, he will write an apology. Why did you query him? My HOD said, why didn't you query him? You know you can query him, right? I said, sir, no, I'm just letting you go. He said, I'm putting it on you to query him. No, I'm telling you to write a query for him. Query him. I said, sir, no, don't worry, it's fine. My HOD was not laughing, saying, no, if he did that, then he has to apologize to you. Until he apologizes to you, you are not attending to this is file. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Then say civil service number 8. Why would he do that? Does he know you're a superior? As but my HOD doesn't like this now. Like you've reported the case to me because now I know that somebody insulted you and that's insubordination. So you reported the case to me. It might be a joke, but I don't take him as a report. Maybe informal or what. That's what my HOD was saying. I was not feeling bad. I was like, hey, yeah, why did I not tell this man this now? Oh, I hope they don't push this matter further. In my mind, I was not feeling remorseful. Like, hey, I should have told HOD, even though it was a joke. Well, I don't want this man to take this thing quite seriously about the whole query thing. As I left it too, only for me to come to work the next day, I saw this guy that told me to shut up and sit down. He was having a discussion with one of my colleagues downstairs. He was just panting. He was vibrating. I was ranting. So he was walking past, and then I asked my colleague, what's going on? What's happening? Why is he vibrating? My colleague said, he said, tough and I get problem. I say, me and he get problem. And when he was walking past, I was like, because of this thing, I go come work tomorrow. I go call report give Oga. I'll call report this matter give Oga. In my mind, I'm like, the audacity. This man actually feels like he's right. He feels like he has a case that he will come to the office and report me to my Oga. People have mind though. The audacity. Uncle, you came to my office. I'm a senior officer. You came to my office and told me to shut up and sit down because I'm female and because I'm small. And you feel like you have any leg to stand on to go and report to Oga that I insulted you, that I did what, that I put you in your place. I was just like, the audacity though. The minds, the effrontery. Like in what book, what school of thought is he coming from that will make him think that he's right in any way? To come and report to my boss. Who does that? So I said, don't worry. Before you go report give Oga, now me go first go report and give Oga. Now me will first go tell Oga, see, this is what it is. Because I already told HOD, so HOD is aware. But if he needs us to go above HOD and tell our Oga pata, I feel like we should do that. No, we should. If he wants to play dirty, I can play dirty with him. I will go and tell Oga first. So when he comes, he will present his case and let's know who is right. Let's see if there's any way he is right to tell me to shut up and sit down in my office as a subordinate. Let me see where he is right. Let him just try and explain to me. Guys, can you imagine? Can you even beat that? Like, he beats my imagination, and someone would think that this is even him to find a way to be remorseful, try and apologize to me so I don't even take the matter further. He's saying that he's the one that's going to come and report me to my Oga. Wow. Hey, so much for being female and small. Oh. So much for being female and small in this Nigeria. You report me to Oga. Okay, I'm still waiting for him. My boss is not around, so I'm waiting for my boss to come back, so I will tell him. I will tell my boss first, and let me hear what the man has to say when he comes back. I also want to hear what my boss would have to say about this. Man, that's that about that. That was how one day one of my colleague's friend came around. Usually I buy water and put in the fridge. So he came and he was like, I should serve him water. Huh? I'm like, there's water in the fridge. You can get one. You can get one for yourself. I was like, well, I'll be woman now. If you serve him now. I'm like, hey, you guys, are you kidding me? Is this a joke? I'm female, so because I'm a woman, I should bring water from fridge and come and serve you where your sister. I should leave my desk, come to the fridge, get water for you, and go and present to you in an office because I'm a woman. When I'm not your wife in the house, hello, sir. Hello, sir. You have legs, you have hand. Now me buy the water and me put down for fridge. I say, get water for yourself. He said, I should come and serve you. I say, why? He said, because I'm a woman. Wow. In the office. I was so shocked that day. I told him, no, sir, I don't do that. No, I'm sorry. Obviously, almost everybody is older than me. He's older than me. So I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, I can't serve you water. There's water in the fridge. You can get it by yourself. As polite as possible, I'll tell you, but I will address you so you know that you don't treat people anyhow because they are female. When he left, I told my colleague again, this one happened like I think last year. I told my colleague, I don't understand the mentality that people have. This is the workplace and you're expecting me to serve you water. should leave whatever I'm doing to come to the fridge and serve you water because you're a man. My colleague always has this, because you're a woman now, that's his answer for everything. Like, you be woman now, or be some kind of things, just leave here. You be woman now, you no go take anything from me. I know you no go take anything from me, but I need to address to fix one man, correct one man at a time. Change that notion of women are not here to serve you. We are not here to serve man. That's not why we were created. So you can't come to my office and tell me to serve you water. That does not make any sense. It does not. I would not take it. I would not accept it. I would not just let it go. I would not. It does not take anything from me to serve you water. But I would not do it because you assume that I should do it just because I'm a woman, and I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be that person at all. No. Yeah. So all of you that have that mentality of woman should do this just because she's a woman, and because you're a woman, all of you that have that mentality, please change it today. It's a good day to change that mentality. I hate it. It's so disgusting when people do things and say, "Hey, you be woman now." You be woman now. No, it's not me. Oh. If you woman call, if you woman me. Because when we're writing exam to get into work, your own was blue and my own was pink. Or my own answer 2 questions, you answer 10. Which one is because you're a woman? Don't try it. Don't try it. Who does that? Anyways, let me not get angry. Before I get paranoid, let me end this video here. I hope someone got something from this video and know how to treat women, especially in the workplace. Like, it's a society. Just treat people equally. Treat people based on their positions and not based on their gender. Treat people right. Just be nice to everybody and treat people equally. It is okay. It's not taking anything from you as a man to treat a woman equally as you treat a man. I mean, they will not tell my colleague to come to the fridge and serve them water. Why would they ask me to do that? Do you get? That's my annoyance. So yes, I'm ending the video now. Before I keep talking and getting more angry. I'll see you in my next video. Please remain in God. God bless you. Bye.